Check one, check two, since you know what to do. What's going on, family? Grace and peace, grace and peace. Salute, it's your boy Pop. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for tapping in with me. For all the OGs who've been rocking with me all 20 days, I salute you as well. Thank you so very much for taking the time to rock out with your boy. I truly appreciate it. And we got a couple more weeks of this, man. I got so much more to teach you, and I pray that you've been getting value out of this every single weekday, every single day, morning or night when we go on live. I pray that you're getting something that you're not only getting information, but you're applying that information and you're getting the result. If you're new here, this is day 20. I got 19 more days. I got 19 days that you can go back to my page and you can certainly binge watch and work your way up to today. So all of this will make sense, and you'll be able to utilize the information that I've been teaching you, so that this way you'll be able to show up for your audience confidently, with confidence, consistency, and clarity. Okay? So a couple of house cleaning rules. Number one, if you would like access to the slides that I've been using all the way up to today, let me know in the comments. I will create a space that houses the slides that you can access them. I won't charge you for it, just so you'll be able to access it and download the slides so you can have it in your arsenal so you can refer back to it, okay? Also, if you have not already, please consider subscribing to this channel, sharing out these lives, telling somebody about it, liking it. That'll really kind of help your boy with the algorithm so this message can get out to way more people, okay? And I would truly appreciate it. All right, so today we're going to be talking about something that I think is extremely important, and that is the mindset of a content creator. Okay, we really want to dig deep into that for a little while, and I'm not going to keep you long, I promise, tonight, because I want to go to bed. But I've been teaching you a lot of tactics. I've been teaching you a lot of practical frameworks and systems that you'll be able, if you implement them, it's going to make content creation so much easier for you. And you're going to be able to prevent burnout, and you're going to be able to prevent overthinking, right? And even you'll be able to overcome the obstacles, the mental obstacles that you may be facing, that is hindering you and paralyzing you from creating your content and showing up like you can, right? Like you absolutely can, because you have knowledge, you have information, you have expertise that somebody actually needs. And I want to make sure that we like obliterate and absolutely demolish any blockers, any roadblocks mentally that's preventing you from getting the word out, so to speak. All right. So let's get into it this evening. So here we go, day 20. Day 20, I can't believe it. We've been rocking and rolling. So let me go back to slide one. Close your eyes so you don't see the other slides. But the content creator's mindset, overcoming fear, doubt, and burnout. All right, and we're in day 20, week 4, and this week we're talking about amplifying, testing, and engaging with our content, with our audience. Okay, so you know what to do. Right? And I know that you know what to do. You know why I know that you know what to do? Because I knew what I needed to be doing. Right? When it came to creating content, when it came to showing up consistently with confidence and with clarity, I knew what I was supposed to be doing. Particularly when I was getting, listen, I was getting information. I was on podcasts. I was acquiring a lot of information. So I knew what to do. But to be honest, I was scared. Right? I was worried about judgment. I was allowing comparison. I was allowing comparison to suffocate my creativity. I was also convinced, because of the lack of engagement, or the low engagement that I was getting. I was convinced that people really didn't care. And that turned into, well, maybe you're just not good enough. Maybe content creation just isn't your thing. Right? I've had those conversations with myself on quite a few occasions, more than I would like to way more than I would like to admit, believe it or not. But yeah, like, these are all things that I faced as well. and they're not fun, right? What if I post and it fails? What if I post and I look crazy, right? What if I post and people don't agree and I get some negative feedback in the comments, or people hit me up in the DM and they try to confront me because what I'm saying they don't find it to be factual, or maybe what if I make a mistake, right? And then I gotta pull the post down. Like all of these things were arguments, confrontations that I'm having with myself, right? Like, I've coached people who were convinced that they sucked at creating content, like they just couldn't, like they were bad at it. And I had to ask the question, and I'll pose it to you this evening: who told you that you weren't good at creating content? Like, did Zuckerberg send you a DM or give you a call and say, "Hey, listen, did Missouri give you a call? Adam Missouri from Instagram, did he say, "Hey, man, look, you need to hang it up. The content is terrible. Like, do me a favor. Don't post on Facebook. Don't post on Instagram." Did the folks from TikTok call you and tell you don't post? Like, no one. It's safe to say, and I could be wrong, and please hit me in the comments and let me know if I'm wrong, if I'm off base here. But I'm confident in saying that there's been nobody who has contacted you directly from any one of these platforms, right? Or even in your comments or DMs or anything like that, no one has come to you and directly said to you, "You can't create content. You're not good at it." More than likely, the voice that is telling you that is your own. Let's be honest. The voice that is telling you that is your own. I know it because I've been there. So you don't post. Because of this negative self-talk, you don't post. Right? These thoughts become self-fulfilling prophecies. Inky Johnson, one of my favorite motivational speakers, Inky Johnson, he says how you see a thing is how you perform in that thing 7 days a week. So how you perceive a thing is how you perform in that thing 7 days a week. So if you are saying to yourself, or you believe that you are not good at creating content, if you believe that if you post, somebody's going to judge you, if you're afraid of that, if you are afraid of failing, if you're afraid of embarrassing yourself, if you have convinced yourself that nobody cares to listen to you, and that you're insignificant in these digital streets, then guess how you're going to perform. You're going to perform based upon what you think about you, or how you perceive that thing. And so a lot of us are missing out on an opportunity of a lifetime and not posting, not because somebody told us that we suck at it, but because we've told ourselves we suck at it, and because we perceive it to be so, then we perform in alignment with how we perceive it. And that is keeping us from showing up confidently, consistently, and with clarity to provide knowledge, information, and expertise to someone who needs it the most. And I'm just going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it a buck. If you're not showing up because all you can think about is you selfish. All right, listen, man, get at me in the comments if you want. You're selfish. Because here's the thing, and I'm gonna move on, I promise. I just, if I could park right here for just a second. There's literally somebody who is stuck where you used to be. And them being able to get from point A to point B can literally change everything in their lives. Your knowledge, your expertise, your information that you have acquired because you were once where they were, and you were able to overcome that because of whatever those elements might have been. You now have gold. You have a roadmap. You have a blueprint that will get them that will help them to navigate out of a place that is holding them hostage in their minds. Potentially holding them hostage economically, holding them hostage relationally, holding them hostage in their even in their physical health. But because you're only thinking about you, they suffer. If you show up for them and you provide them what you know, and they're able to navigate from point A to point B, that can change their economic status. That can help them be able to provide for their family better. That can help them to be able to get their health on point. That can potentially help them from not going down the same roads that they've been going down relationally, that has left them feeling abandoned or feeling ashamed or feeling less than, right? You showing up for them could literally transform their lives. But you're worried about, what if you fail? You're worried about views. You're worried about, like, think about it for a second. What you're worried about that's wrapped around you, that's very self-centered, what you're worried about in comparison to what they need, it pales in comparison. So we need to, when we get in our heads, one of the things that helped me is when I was in my head, I would think about the person on the other side of this camera that needs what I have. And so I started showing up not for me, but for them. Even when I didn't feel like it, even when I felt discouraged, even when I didn't know necessarily what I was going to post. Even when I had posted 1,000 other times and it did nothing, I still showed up because I only thought about that person who needed me. And as I continue to show up, even when I didn't feel like it, even when I didn't feel inspired, even when I didn't feel motivated, but because I continue to show up consistently, that helped me to build the muscle and build a habit of showing up consistently. I'm off my soapbox. You overthink, you second guess, you delete the draft. Meanwhile, your message stays stuck inside of you. And the people who need it never hear it. Let that sink in for a second. The people who need it never hear it because it's stuck inside of you, and you have told yourself that there's nobody who needs to hear it. And you are so focused on you that you don't even take a moment to take a step back to consider the fact that somebody else needs what you have. All right. Moving right along. Your mindset is everything. Here's the truth. Your mindset is everything. Strategy gets you started, but mindset keeps you going. And that's a fact. My favorite motivational speaker, one of my favorite motivational speakers, Inky Johnson, he said, how you perceive a thing is how you perform in that thing 7 days a week. How you see a thing or how you perceive a thing affects how you perform in that thing 7 days a week. We have to switch our perception. If we perceive content to be an obligation, then it's going to be an obligation. We're going to drag our feet. We're going to kick and scream. We are going to find every excuse not to create it, not to show up. every little nonsensical thing is going to automatically become something that we use to not show up. But if we perceive content to be an opportunity, then that changes the way that we show up. We show up because we understand that it's not about us, but it's about others. It's about our audience. It's about our community. We show up because we understand that we have knowledge, expertise, and information that people need. And when we don't show up, then they don't get it. Or we potentially put them in a place where they get information from someone else who may not have their best interests at heart, who may not have the integrity that you have, that may not have their best interest at heart, that may not really be genuinely trying to serve them, but only trying to get or take advantage of them and take some money out their pocket, right? They have no intention on actually serving them, or no intention on actually making sure that what it is that they need is taken care of. So in essence, when we're not showing up, we are leaving the door open to the wolves to get our people. Think about that for a second. So we have to switch our perception. When content for me became an opportunity and not an obligation, things flipped. Because I adopted a get-to mentality as opposed to have-to mentality. I get to create content. I get to show up for my audience. I get to teach. I get to share, right? I get to help my people get to their desired goal. That's what I get to do, right? As opposed to I have to do. It gave it a whole nother spunk. It gave it a whole nother spirit. It gave me the energy that I needed in order to show up consistently. These lives, I get to do these lives. That's why I come on here, and even though it's late or early in the morning, I bring the same energy no matter what. Because this is something that I get to do. All right. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. Y'all got me fired up. Okay, but mindset is everything, right? Mindset keeps you going. So a content creator's mindset is done is better than perfect. Okay? Done is better than perfect. I was gonna this saying that I've heard over and over keeps popping in my mind, but I know I'm gonna butcher it, so I'm not gonna say it. Well, hold on, let me think about it. Maybe I can think about it. Maybe I can. Done is better than perfect when perfect isn't done. Something along those lines. I might be close. If you know what I'm talking about, put it in the comments. All right. But done is better than perfect. Consistency beats perfection. Flat out. We talked about a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days ago, or a couple of weeks ago. We talked about. I kind of used the parable of a boxer, right? And we talked about the fact that when a boxer, the more punches a boxer throws, increases their probability of landing the shot that knocks out their opponent. Right? Now, a person, as opposed to a fighter who only waits for the perfect time, quote unquote, to throw a punch. Now, can they luck out and throw it at the right time and throw a haymaker or a hook or something that actually lands and knocks at their opponent? Sure, it's happened. But the probability of them landing, only throwing one punch at a time, is far less than the person that is throwing more punches. That's just the law of averages, right? And so if we are only waiting on perfection, and by the way, we wear perfection as a disguise for our insecurity. I'm not going. I'm not going like Pastor Darius Daniel says. I'm not going to bother that. I'm gonna leave that right there. But oftentimes we are using perfection as our defense mechanism, or we're saying we want it to be perfect, but that's only to mask the fact that we're insecure about what we're doing, about what we're posting, right? And so we can try to use or leverage the excuse of perfection because we're feeling insecure about our ability. So underneath that perfectionism is a fear or a doubt, negative self-talk. There's a lot of things that lie beneath the surface of perfection, right? So consistency beats perfection. The more you show up, the probability of you getting better. And we also talked about the fact that while you're trying to make the perfect post, your competitor is posting. They're throwing punches. They're throwing punches left and right. And guess what? Their punches are getting better and better and better, or their posts are getting better and better and better as they go along. They're making adjustments as they post. They're looking at their data, their analytics. They're seeing what's working, and because they have posted so much, they have a much larger research database to look through, and that's going to allow them to get quicker analytics and quicker data, so they can make the adjustments quicker on their content to start producing more of what worked. While you are simply, I'm going to say, spending your time trying to be perfect and ending up not posting at all. So consistency beats perfection. Your message matters more than your fear. People need your message. So you're going to have to do it scared. Flat out. You're going to have to do it scared because what people stand to lose if you don't show up is far greater than what you ultimately will gain by not sharing your message. Right? By you not sharing your message, you don't gain anything from that. You don't. But you sharing it. Not only do you get the fulfillment of sharing something that could potentially change somebody's life, but you also get the satisfaction of knowing that when that piece of content or that message lands, that there's going to be somebody who is going to be able to break free from something that's had them bound. Like, this is the power of content creation, y'all. This is why I'm teaching it and talking about it, and this is why I'm so excited about it, because it's powerful. It's powerful. All right, almost done. All right, low engagement doesn't mean you're failing. Keep going. Your breakthrough is coming. I promise you. Your breakthrough is on the way. The scripture says, do not get weary in well-doing, but in due time you will reap a harvest if you do not faint. You got to keep going. We got to keep going. All right? How to overcome fear and doubt. One, I want you to post before you feel ready. I want you to focus on serving one person, not impressing everyone. Okay, that's a big one. Focus on serving one person, not impressing everyone. I want you to celebrate small wins. One comment is progress. If you ain't get no comments, if you get one comment, that's progress. Celebrate small wins. Okay? Remember, every expert was once a beginner. You're not behind, you're right on time. Listen, please let that sink into your spirit. At every single new level that you reach, you're a rookie. Right? When Michael Jordan tried out for his high school team, that dude got cut. He was a freshman. Right? So he wasn't a senior, he wasn't a junior, wasn't an upperclassman. I think he made the basketball team the following year, his sophomore year, but even then, he still wasn't an upperclassman. He wasn't a junior or a senior. Michael Jordan, arguably the best basketball player to ever play the game. He came into when he went to North Carolina, he was a freshman. He went from high school, now he's in college. Now he's having to face a whole nother level of challenge. Right? Then when he went from college to the pros, he was a rookie again. So now he had to face a whole nother level of challenge. And he didn't get it right away. Nobody gets it right away. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care how they look or they make it look easy. I promise you, the people who make it look easy are the people who have been doing it in the dark for the longest time. The people who make it look easy have been the ones who have behind the scenes and behind closed doors have been putting in the work. That's why it looks so easy. I was watching a documentary on Michael Jordan, and I believe it was Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr said that he practiced like it was the championship game. So when he got to the championship game, it felt like practice. That's why it looks so easy. That's why it looks so effortless. Right? And this is the type of mentality that I think that we have to, in mindset that we have to acquire as small business owners, as content creators. This is the mindset I think that we most certainly have to adopt. Understanding that we're not going to get it right away. We got to put in the work. We got to put in our reps. We got to throw those punches. That's the only way that we're going to get better and become the best and become great. And once we get there, then it looks effortless. It feels effortless. Because we in the zone then. Because we've put in the work to earn that space or that spot. One post at a time. Keep on posting. Keep on punching. Your breakthrough is on the way. You are not behind. You're right on time. But don't take that for granted. Do not take that for granted. Right? Just because you're a rookie, or just because you're just starting, or just because you may be intermediate, don't take that for granted. There's still work. You still have to put in the work. And this is what we're here for. Every single weekday, we're putting in the work. This is what these lives are about. We're putting in the work. I give you action steps every single day. I break down the concept. I give you an action step. I let you know exactly how to do whatever it is that I'm teaching. Because I want you to be able to take it and use it right away. That's the work. And you can do it. You're capable. I believe in you. For real. All right. So remember, every expert was once a beginner. You're not behind. You're right on time. And lastly, but certainly not least, our action step for today or for tomorrow. or well today, because it's past midnight on the East Coast. The Fear Buster. Post one thing you've been scared to post. Grab that thing out of your camera roll. Grab that thing. If it's in a draft, post that thing. The thing you've been overthinking, the thing you've been holding back, post it today. And literally, that could be a post of you saying, "I've been overthinking. I've been scared to post this. I have been, um, I've been overthinking. I've been scared. I have been hesitant. I haven't been showing up. I've been struggling with this challenge or that challenge or other." They could be what they call a transparency post. You could literally post about not. Shout out to my homegirl Nikki. Like she literally posted about the fact that she didn't feel like posting. Like you could do that. You can literally post about not knowing what to post about. You can literally post about being fearful of posting a particular thing. That's a post. That's content. Don't overthink this thing, y'all. Don't overthink this thing. All right? Don't overthink it. So I want you to post one thing that you've been scared to post, the thing you've been overthinking, the thing you've been holding back. And I want you to post it today. And I want you to tag me. If you were posting it on IG, tag me at Pop the Creative. If you're on TikTok, tag me at Pop the Creative. And look, if you're about that life, if you're going to take me up on today's challenge, on the Fear Buster challenge, I want you to drop in the comments, Fear Buster done. Fear Buster done. All right? Let me know that you're about this life. Let me know you about that life. All right, family, that's all I got today. I'm going to bed. I got a bunch of stuff to do, but I'm going to see y'all tomorrow, Lord willing. So let me pray over you. Pray over your business. Pray over your family. Pray over everything that you got going on. Father, I just thank you so very much. Lord, thank you for this live. Thank you for a voice. Thank you for breath in my lungs. Lord, thank you for this knowledge, expertise, and information that you have allowed me to acquire over this time. And I thank you that I'm continuing to learn and I'm continuing to grow and I'm continuing to seek counsel and to acquire more so I can share more. But Lord, I pray for my brother, my sister on the other side of this live. Lord, I thank you that they have made the decision to hop on the live and to catch the replay. I thank you for them. I thank you for what you're doing in their lives. I thank you for what you're doing in their business. I thank you for what you're doing for their confidence and for their self-esteem and the belief in their ability that they are capable and that you have gifted them with something special to share with everybody else. And so you didn't give them that information or that expertise or that experience simply for themselves. You have given it to them to be a blessing and to share it with others. So I pray that you will break down any mental blocks, that you will break down any hesitation, that you will break down, help them to overcome any fear, help them to overcome any any doubts that may be hindering them or paralyzing them, Lord, from standing up boldly and proclaiming the message and sharing sharing what you have given them confidently, consistently, and with clarity. So I'm praying that you give them peace that surpasses all understanding. I pray that you will bless their finances, bless their businesses, bless their families, bless their health, Lord. Give them rivers flowing with creativity, and help them to implement the strategies that I've been teaching, so that this way they can be able to create content and perceive content to be a opportunity and not an obligation, and they'll be able to show up confidently, consistently, and with clarity without burning out or overthinking. So Lord, I thank you in advance for what you have already done and the testimony that they're going to share. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, family. Tomorrow, Lord willing, see y'all then. Have a good night. Peace. Or good morning. Good day. Peace.